almost all of that out of there. It's almost flat. That's actually hitting the door frame, so this is a little low in here. If you look at your reflection. Use the reflective light to tell you what you're doing. See how it curls up over that? There's still brow ridge right there. That's also where the door starts to turn just a little. I'll actually get a slap. My slapper in there and work that out. I started tapping this brow ridge here. We actually have to grind this down. We actually have to grind this down right here. See that line in here and pull this out. No amount of heat or anything else. I pull the door panel off, but there's always all kinds of shit inside these doors, especially luxury cars. We're gonna be better off pulling that out from the inside. I was trying to correct some of it here, but you can see still where it's, and I even put a little dimple there, I think. No, that was, no, that's from the accident. You got your high spot. Might even be able to rest some of that back down. I'm not giving it hell. I'm not trying to ward off a mugger or anything. I'm just tapping it. This won't come out any further till I get this to relax. You got that little nugget there. Let's see what we can do about it. Point of impact, steel almost becomes fluid. It'll stretch it here, but it's gotta put that, it's gotta displace that space somewhere. So it'll push in here a low spot, but it creates a high spot here. Now if you can get that high spot to relax back down, we took some of it out. Go ahead and use the proper hammer. Very little left. Very, very little left. I'm going to work that some more. I'll get the stud welder out and the roll lock and grind that down, get that ready to pull. These are minor nuisances. That's a little tiny egg. I'm actually going to block this to see where my high spots are at because it's so small. That's just a scratch. You'll see me after I've got this stud pulled out. I'll get it all ready to do our rough-in body filler. And I'll come back then. See you folks in a few. Okay, so I stud welded it, pulled it out. There's still a little dip there. It's not awful. Very, very usable now. What we had before, it would have cracked so badly. That's just not that far below surface now. We got that little divot there. We got one back here. I went ahead and sanded the whole sections. If it's shiny, it won't stick. Mud, paint, anything. This actually followed over a lot further, so I tapped all that back down and resanded. We're gonna do one coat of just lightweight body filler. We'll do one coat of lightweight body filler on it, and then we'll hop right over to some polyester. That's all it needs. We'll chalk this one up for the paint booth. Everything I do here, we take down to 400, get it ready to primer, roll it in the paint booth, prep it off, prep the doors either with 1000 grit or Scotch-Brite, or depending on the methods we use. Usually it's 1000 grit. Sand down on everything we intend to put paint and clear coat on, and then we take clear coat the whole panel. Start to finish, I ordered 4 ounces of paint for this, which is a quarter of a pint. It's RM, which is native to what this car would have on it from the factory. And that'll give us 8 ounces sprayable. We can get to our ceiling color and then a blend, which is beautiful because it's right in the middle of the doors, so we blend it left and right into the panel and then clear coat the whole panel. If there's any variance in color, usually there isn't with my paint guy, it will disappear throughout that blend. I'm going to get the mud on it. I'll kind of show you what's going on. We'll move from there. Alright, we're back at you with 2006 BMW 325i. Slight collision on the passenger side. Alright, this is where we're at now. Yeah, I skipped a couple things. Get over it. They were unimportant. There was a couple dingers. I went ahead and feather sanded those out. See that right there? See that? See that right there? If I was a dog, I'd rub my own nose in it. Alright, so let's look at the car next to us. See that tape? I should have done that. I knew that, and I knew better. I'm doing this. This is my job. I'm getting things prepped up, ready to go in the booth for Jeremy. The Saab behind us is ready to go and get taped off. Primered, wet sanded with 600 and 1000 on the clear coated areas and painted through. This is actually at that point now too. That bottom ground effects piece should have never been touched. Now it's a slip of my hand. Now it will get paint blended and clear coated. Just is. We'll create a soft edge around the bottom, up underneath it. Protect the areas you're working on and around. Put tape up where necessary to not scratch or scuff another surface that you don't want to paint. We didn't have to paint that. It came in here in great shape. We did not have to paint that. We will now, because I touched it with a sandpaper. I just got ahead of myself, folks. That's all there is to it. So let's get back to this. We've got it all blocked out, mud, polyester. There's a slight little nothing right here that should block out when we primer it. It's all down to 400 dry. We'll primer these areas, and it won't stick to the shiny, the primer won't. So when we come back and we'll block it once with 400, and then if we didn't break through anywhere, we'll go ahead and wet sand it. It'll actually come up off of this surface as we wet sand. Do this in